This is my opinion. That's why it's called POV, point of view, my point of view, the Boxing Clinic and more. Your boy CJ Goodfella, and I don't believe there are any A fighters in the sport of boxing. I possibly can call Sora Riverstein, who beat Chocolito, A fighter. Okay, I won't debate him. You know what I'm saying? If you want to call him an A fighter, I think he got some elite wins over Estrada, over Chocolito, and he looks good. He might. Some people say he might need a little bit more work. I'm not gonna really include him, but I'll talk about him a little bit more. I do love the smaller weight classes and really growing to love them as well. And it's a way he definitely can step his way as an A fighter, okay? But I don't think there's any A fighters in the sport of boxing right now. And, you don't necessarily have to be the A fighter to be an A fighter. You don't have to beat the Mayweather. You don't have to beat the Pacquiao in the sense of passing the torch at skill level. You know what I'm saying? And for a long time, Pacquiao and Mayweather held up the sport of boxing. It did. It held up the sport of boxing because guys was waiting for a payday to fight those guys, and they was always hoping that like a 50-50 lottery. I was at the Lions game. They were doing like 50-50 lottery, and people was playing it to win all this money, and people was hoping to hit the 50-50 lottery when it really wasn't 50-50 for them. They had, especially if you was a black American, Floyd, unless you had some type of, super fan base or you was Andre Bordeaux, Floyd really wasn't fucking with you, all right? And a lot of them guys let that held up the sport of boxing. And, if that wasn't holding the sport of boxing, you would have had Keith Thurman probably mix it up with a lot of other guys already, okay? And it's not to knock any of the fighters in the game. It's just, it's stagnated. You're not getting the best fighting the best. You're not getting the premier fights. And you're not getting the skill matchups that you need to see. But just because Canelo beat Triple G beat Canelo, to me, that doesn't make them an A fighter. You know what I'm saying? I think there are more business to be done to dominate your division, okay? You got to beat many different styles to be considered an A-level fighter. You got to beat the guy. You got to be a complete fighter. And I think, let's say, whatever happens between Earl, Keith Thurman, Terrence Crawford, Sean Porter, the winner of that comes out of there and they fight, fight the guys they need to fight. And they become that guy. I believe they're an A fighter. You know what I'm saying? And people say, oh, he's an A fighter. He's an A-level fighter. So you put these guys in the same breath as people in their prime, like Manny Pacquiao, like Floyd Mayweather, like Sugar Ray Leonard, Chavez Sr., as Roberto Duran, Pernell Whitaker at one point. Shane Mosley at 135 at one point. I'm not sure if Oscar was ever considered an A fighter. Tito Trinidad was up there. Roy Jones, Muhammad Ali. Jack Johnson, Sonny Liston. The list goes on. Archie Moore, Joe Louis. No, I don't curb my skill for nobody, okay? This ain't a fucking 8th grade class, and you got to get to 9th grade, and I got to curb my skills just to have some of the people in the class make it, okay? I don't have to do that. I don't do that. Your A fighter is an A fighter regardless of era, okay? Your A-plus fighters, solid A fighters, A-minus fighters in the sport of boxing right now, it's no A fighter to me other than maybe you could say Stora Riverstein. Knew you win that tournament, or Tite, or Ryan Burnett, then you got another A fighter. It's about fighting the best. It's about fighting multiple best. Terrence Crawford, he ain't fought the best for me. You know what I'm saying? He ain't fought the best to be an A fighter. I haven't seen him in that 50-50 pick'em fight that I can say, damn, he won that fight. Or he been an underdog. It's like, damn, he won that fight. Same thing for Earl Spence. I think Earl Spence is a good B-level fighter. You want to say they're both B-plus fighters and busting at the edges? You don't know until they get in there with another B-plus level fighter, another high B fighter. You don't know. Keith Thurman, the same thing. He was on his way to being an A-level fighter and just stopped the whole freight train. Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, nowhere near A-level heavyweights right now. You know what I'm saying? If they fight and won't win, I guess, you got to say they elite heavyweights for this era, but I wouldn't put them, even if their career turns out great and all that. The way they trending now, unless some type of amazing transformation happen, I won't put them up there with Ali and my favorite heavyweight, Larry Holmes, and guys like that. But it's subjective. It's people's opinion. You know what I'm saying? People want to say Usyk is an A-level fighter. Okay. He dominated the cruiserweight division. But in my opinion, I don't see anybody elite that he beat. Marat Gassier was pretty good, and he made a good level fighter elite. I think he becomes elite fighter overall at heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? I don't see him as an A-level fighter. And I'm sorry. I see a lot of deficiencies in that type of style that he fight. And this is my opinion. And I might sound like Don Turner. And most people probably don't know who Don Turner is. But Don Turner is the guy that was doing, I think, Kovalev strength and conditioning, coach, the old dark guy that always put down these fighters today and say the fighters from back in the day was way better than these fighters are. You know, when I used to be like, man, this old hating ass nigga, but he right. He right. When you consider the inactivity and a lot of other fundamentals, the loss of the jab, and those fighters fought, you know, some of them fighters had over 100 fights and continued to fight and was consistent, and they didn't have all this advanced technology, advanced strength and conditioning coach and all this different shit. Yeah, he right. You know, but I don't see any elite level, a lot of elite level fighters that's A fighters, man. Like I named A level fighters. That's in the elites. That's the Marvin Hagler or the creme de la creme of the sport of boxing. Roy Jones, when he was at his peak, invincible. I don't see, that's an A+ fighter right there. Pacquiao, Mayweather, A+ fighters for multiple divisions. I don't see A fighters right now. I see potential for A fighters. Let me clear this up, make some clarifications. I see potential. I think Lomachenko beat Mikey Garcia, A-level fighter. You know, Golovkin go on, beat Canelo, beat Billy Joe, Danny Jacobs winner, and beat Jamal, or whoever, however he got to do it. He beat some of them guys. Hey, shit, A-level fighter. I see A-level potential in Crawford. I see A-level potential in Earl. I see A-level potential in Gary Russell. I see A-level potential in Tank. I see A-level potential in a lot of different guys, Mikey Garcia. But they got to start rumbling tussling. You got guys that been pros for 12 years. You got guys that been pros for 11 years. And they haven't had a 50-50 elite level fight. You know, and you got to fight the elite levels to be an A fighter, in my opinion. Some people won't feel this. People going to get in their feelings and argue. I can give two shits. You know, cry 2 tears in the bucket. Fuck it. You know, old house party saying, man. But y'all know what the business is. TBC and more. Continue to grind and keep the videos coming, man. Always 2 steps ahead, man. Shit, I'm 10 steps ahead of your average YouTuber, man. It's just because of what I love to do. And I got a system that works for me. But don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. If you'd like to donate, the PayPal links in the description. You can wait till we go live. They're donating super chat, but I appreciate it. Y'all know what it is.